We made a league with every team having a perfect squad. And one of you in the comments said, what if every single player in that league had perfect potential? Which I thought was a great idea. Now, I've gone one step further here, and I've decided, could that help build a nation? We're going to go to one of the smaller European nations on the game. We're going back to Gibraltar, ladies and gentlemen, to see if we have a league full of perfect potential players can help build that nation. Let's get into it. The Gibraltar League then is 114th. The national team is 202nd. And if we go and have a look, go College 75 first. We've not got a transfer embargo, which is very important because we do want them to actually grow and attract some of the European elite. There you go. 100 current ability, 200 potential ability. Now, one of the things that we do always question is, will players improve if they're in a lower quality of league? Well, if the league is of exactly the same quality, surely they'll all improve together and they should all make it to 200. I'd like to think so anyway. Well, one thing I thought as well is it enough time to build a nation? 15, 16 years? I mean, in 15 years, they're 17 at the moment. In 15 years, they will literally be on the decline. Is that enough time to not only start getting into winning European competitions? Because don't forget, the first few seasons, they're actually all going to be rubbish still. They're not going to get anywhere. So, they're here till 2058, which is 35 years. That's a bit weird, Jay. I hear you ask. Why have you done that? Because in 15 years' time, in 2038, we're going for the midpoint reload, where we're going to go back to 17 years old. So at 2038, I'm going to go and reset everybody's age back to 17. So we've got 30 years, really, of the players not only going up and being up at their best, they've got a chance to improve again. So the players that don't make it the first time around could make it the second time around. Just thought I'd add a little bit more drama to it. So the Gibraltar Football League, if we have a look at the rules, first of all. Of course, in Gibraltar, they all play at the same stadium, which I'm sure will actually change over the course of time. We'll be building new stadiums. Not only that, all the teams will actually start getting a bit of money. I mean, they've got just under £5,000. They've got £1 million of Europa FC. Europa Point have got 144 quid. They've got a 30 million profit this season, but they've got 144 quid. Do you know what? I went round and got all the cash in the house and all the coins. I might have more than 144 quid. That's insane. 37,000, 942,000. I've not got all that money. YouTube don't pay me that well. Yeah, so we've got 144 quid is the weirdest one. But we are going to see all these teams grow, get more money, attract some of the European elite, maybe. The Gibraltar League hopefully will become the best league in the world. We'll win Champions Leagues, and we're going to win Conference Leagues, Europa Leagues on the way, as well as World Cups and Euros. In terms of the league, I'm not too sure. Competition rules. It doesn't state where top 6 teams qualify for the championship group. Okay, and then the championship group. Does it say where European qualification? It doesn't say. Sorry, I'm a bit lost for words. I'll probably edit this out so it doesn't look as stupid, but I can't see where it says European qualification. So what we're going to have to do is at the end of this season, we're going to have to come back and just see who did what. Let's go forward a year. Okay, so we've got champions, Glassis United, and then we've got 2 teams going into the Conference League, Lincoln Red Imps and Man 62. Glassis, well, we don't actually see, do we, yet? Because I've come back at the end of the season. It's not ticked over. Right. Okay. Well, it is what it is then, isn't it? It is what it is. Let's have a look at the stages and the league table. So that is the league table. And how are we doing in terms of the squads? We've got some players here up in the 120s. That's not too bad. 132 for Lincoln Red Imp, centre forward 3, should I say. Loads in the 120s. I'd be surprised if the Gibraltar national team hasn't got a lot of these players already there. Yeah, literally the entire squad. Of course, 132 down to 120. They're up at 205th. It was 202nd before, wasn't it? Or was it 220th? Already forgotten. Gibraltar Football League is 114th. Don't think that's moved, has it? Lincoln Red Imps were probably the team that were in Europe in some capacity. Conference League, they got into the Conference League in Group H and they finished 4th, bottom of the table. They did get a win, though. They did get a win. Who was that win against? It was against Breidablik from Iceland. The new format will be coming into effect this coming season. We've got a few teams that could be in the Conference League, and I'm assuming Glasses are probably going to be in the Conference League as well at this moment in time. Competition rules, current season, next season. Yeah, it doesn't say. Well, there you go then. Not lots happened in this first season, and nothing was really ever going to happen in this first season. So we're going to jump forward through now. We're going to go 4 more years. So there'll be 5 years in, and we're going to see how some of these players are actually getting on. Well, we are up at 87th from 91st in the last season. We've had a nice little Whirl. And Europa FC and Glasses United are the two teams that have won it so far. Very impressive. The Gibraltar national team is up at 117th as well. So we have actually jumped massively from 202nd at the start of this experiment. And we were still there actually in June 2028. That's now. No, I don't know. World ranking history. We're 117th anyway. Moving up in the world rankings. And in terms of the squad, oh wow. 181 is the worst player in the squad. 199 is the best player in the squad. So they won the European Under-21 Championship in 2025. Let's just go back to 2025. I'm actually coming to 2026 because 2025 it won't have happened yet. So the Under-21s, let's there you go. The Under-21s have got 148 to 162 and they do win the tournament, don't they? They do win the tournament. And as you can see here, they've actually got a lot of players at 151 to 171 in the main national team. The Under-21 squad who's just won the tournament. Oh, there he was, sorry. Yeah, there you go. 1-0 in the final against Portugal. Won on penalties in the semi against Spain. Beating France in the quarters. Netherlands, Italy and Croatia in the group. A group of death, if you will. And we came out on top. Look at that. Fantastic. Let's go back to 2028 then. They were up at 87th in terms of the league, which is fantastic, fantastic stuff. And as you can see here, we've got champions of Glasses. We've also got Europa League qualification for two teams here. Mons Calpe and Man 62. Lincoln Red Imps getting Conference League football. And Europa FC getting Champions League qualification. So we now have two Champions League qualification places. Two Europa League and one Conference League. Is it ever going to tell us? Right, whatever. Let's go down the teams. 186 million for Glasses. Just scrolling down quickly, and we've got over 100 million for pretty much every team. That's brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff indeed. Well, have we got any? I'm sure we've won some stuff. There you go. Back-to-back winners. Glasses winning the Conference League last year. This season, it was an all Gibraltar final. Man 62 beating Lincoln Red Imps, the Europa League. Oh, Europa FC missing out against Liverpool, which I think is fantastic. Let's have a look at Europa FC's team. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players over 190. In 5 years, they've got to this. That's quicker than we do in the Premier League, isn't it? Much quicker. Well, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed indeed. I'm even more impressed. Glasses have won the Champions League. We've got 2 Conference Leagues and a Champions League to our name already. Claudio Racino has won a Champions League with a potential ability of 60. Okay, so in terms of the Gibraltar Football League, if we go back to the league table, let's go to stages, sorry. So we've just realised Glasses have just won the Champions League. So Europa FC have just... No, was it Glasses? Sorry, Glasses won the Champions League. So it looks like 2 teams are getting Champions League qualification anyway. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. It looks like we're on the rise anyway. We're getting much more qualification. We've just ticked up an extra place. Is that because of the Champions League win? Quite possibly. But I'm eager to see how things are going forward. Transfers then. The season of 2027 to 2028. Levi Colwill came in on loan, played 9 times. There's not been many transfers at all, and understandably so. You don't need any transfers, do you? Because they've got absolutely world-class squads, and we're getting better reputation. The fact that we're already 117th, and the league has got a 2-star reputation now, and we are up at 87th. I genuinely think that in another 5 years' time, we're going to be easily top 30 in terms of leagues, maybe even top 10. So 2033, here we come. Oh, 40th, 41st, should I say? Right, the past winners, well, it's been Lincoln Red Imps. So it's all Glasses. Maybe it's not that long to jump up in terms of competition reputation. 5 more years, up at 41st from in the 80th places. And 8 teams have got qualification for Europe. We've got Champions League qualification for Man 62, Mons Calpe, Lincoln Red Imps, Europa FC, and possibly Glasses United. 2 Europa League qualification places, and St. Joseph's on with Conference League qualification in 8th. We literally nearly got the whole league as qualifying for Europe. The national team is 5th in the world, and I'm assuming, their entire squad is basically 200 out of 200. I think most of these still have pretty good squads. Yeah, loads up at 200, 199s. Yeah, fantastic. Look at that. Look how many 199s at Manchester 62. Some of them aren't actually up as high as you'd expect after 10 years. 27 years old. But of course, they do have extra time to go. Another 5 years, and then we're going to go and do the rewind, of course. Any transfers going on? There's some frees. Oh, Pavel Meleshin, he came in. I mean, unnecessarily for 4.7 million. And then he left for 400k the next season because he never played. Of course he didn't play. Just paid £25 million for him. Again, unnecessary. In terms of conference leagues then, we haven't won a conference league in the last 5 years. We got to the final twice, Lincoln Red Imps and Magpies, but no more wins, which is kind of strange to me. Man 62 won a Europa League in 29-30 and Magpies came run up in 20-31-32. So we're not actually doing as well in Europe as you would have thought, despite the fact we've got 8 places for European qualification now. And I think that's why. I think Glasses United are flying the flag for Gibraltar at the moment. 6 Champions Leagues in a row, 1 all Gibraltar final beating Europa FC. Why are these guys doing so much better than everyone else? They haven't got that many players that are much better, because everyone's got these players that are this good. Nearly £750 million in the bank for Glasses, and that's all the prize money. A lot of teams over 200 million. They're doing all right. The capacity of Victoria Stadium has been improved to 5,000. I think some other stadiums are going to be built at some point in the near future. But yeah, a bit dominant, really. A bit dominant, if you ask me. Hopefully it's not all Glasses and we do get a little bit more variation as things go on, because, well, we're certainly... Are we building a nation here? I don't know. Anyway, right. Gibraltar national team, of course, we saw them up in 5th. Well, in the first World Cup qualification, didn't actually qualify for the World Cup in 2026, which is a shame. In the Euros in 2027, they've qualified and they've gone on and won the tournament, beating Turkey in the final. You would not expect that, but they beat Italy and Netherlands and France on the way, which I think is very, very impressive. And won the group with Austria, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Netherlands. Speaking of Austria, there he is. Not even had to search him. The big man himself is in charge. He's been there for nearly 10 years. Well, there you go, 2028. The 2030 World Cup was a win, beating France 1-0 in the final. Glasses United centre forward won in the 91st minute. Can you believe that? Then winning against Croatia on penalties in the semis. The drama. And then a back-to-back Euros win as they beat England in the final 1-0. Manchester 62 CAM, meaning Gibraltar, have won 2 European Championships in a row. And a World Cup. And I think that's going to be the case going forward. I think they're going to win all international tournaments, you'd expect. I also believe they're going to win a lot more Champions Leagues. I'd like it to not be Glasses every single season, truth be told. And I'd like to win some more Conference Leagues and Europa Leagues. Why are the teams that are in it not winning it? Answer me that. That's confusing me greatly. So in 5 years' time, it is going to be the Midpoint reload. So we're going to go to the Midpoint reload now. Let's go to 2038. So here we go. The Gibraltar Football League. Glasses have still continued to win, but College 75 and Europa FC have also won a couple. That's nice to see. If we have a look at the league table, still 8 teams getting European qualification. Loads in the Champions League. Onslaught's in charge of Manchester 62. We'll go and look at the managers in a moment. So, Conference League, St. Joseph's have won 2 and Mons Calpe have won 1 in the last 5 years. Mons Calpe run up as well. That's 3 Europa Conference League wins. Here we go. 3 Europa League wins as well as, wow, runners up in the last 4 seasons. Lions beat Newcastle 5 years ago. Then College 75 and Mons Calpe runners up. Lincoln Red Imps beat St. Joseph's. And then Lions beat Magpies. So that's another 2. Liverpool then snuck a Champions League. Then Europa FC got 1. And then it's 3 more for Glasses. We've got Thomas Tuchel in charge. They've got 9 Champions Leagues. Right, okay. They just finished 5th in the league as well. Not sure who Alex Corredera is. Player for Tenerife at the moment in real life. Gennaro Gattuso is at Lions. Left Marseille in 2035. Lynx have got Unai Simon, Athletic Bilbao. Ruben Alves, manager of Albacete. Onslaught at Manchester 62. So this is what's interesting me here. So Sergio Ramos, the 23s manager for Man 62. Madness. Okay. Thierry Henry's at Mons Calpe. They've had Adrien Mutu. I bet he can get him fired up for the second half, can't he? What's Thierry Henry been saying? He was the under-21s manager for France all the way up until he joined Mons Calpe, to be fair. Paulo Fonseca at St. Joseph's. Michel De Piedi, College 75. He was at St. Joseph's for a bit, and Europa FC. So he's just been doing the rounds in Gibraltar, to be fair. Xabi Alonso at Europa FC. Just joined last season after spending 15 years at Bayer Leverkusen. No milestones, of course, because we've not got the German league loaded. Thomas Tuchel, of course, we've already seen. And there you go. That is where we're at. So that is the manager merry-go-round. In terms of Gibraltar, they are first. Eddie Howe is in charge of Gibraltar. Okay. Jose Mourinho's been here for a cup of coffee. Marco Rose was here and he resigned. He became the manager of Lincoln Red Imps and has been sacked. Okay. Wow. They didn't win the World Cup. France won the World Cup. Gibraltar, 3rd placed. As if. Can you believe that? Lost after extra time against France in the semi-final. Down to 10 men. Beat Spain 3-0. Then in the following Euros, they won on the penalties in the final, beating Denmark. They got the revenge against France in the semis. Did a number on Scandinavia in this World Cup. Norway, Sweden and Denmark all the way through. 3 in a row Euros. The Gibraltar Football League is actually up at 18th as well, so we're closing in on that top 10. Stadiums. Wow. Glasses have built a 14,000-seater stadium. They've still got over £1 billion. Let's have a look at the squads. So they've got loads of good players here. They've got some young prospects coming through. Oh my God, look at all the youth players coming through here. Yeah, this is very impressive. Look, Nuno Mendes and Romeo Lavia in on loan at Manchester 62. What? Why? I'm confused. But like, so many players up in the 198s, 199s, 200s. Where's half the squads though? You've got half the players down here. Look, never really improved. Well, they've got a second chance, second bite of the cherry. Facilities are all up at 16, 17 plus on everything for all teams. So there we go. The midpoint reload has happened. We are first in the world for world ranking. Eddie Howe is in charge of Gibraltar, the national team. We have taken over and we have basically built a nation. We probably didn't need to do this midpoint reload, but we have done it nevertheless. I've started, so I'll finish, as they say in a quiz show. So let's go forward now. We'll go 10 years to 2048, and we'll see how many more players are doing well. Okay, so in the last 10 years, we have had only 3 times Glasses won it, which is great. Europa FC, College 75, Man 62, and Lynx. So sharing it around a good bit. I'm very, very pleased at that. Glasses have just come back through, though, in recent memory, in recent times. The profile then, the championship group. Let's look at the league table. Wow. Magpies have just finished on 6 points with 1 win all season, yet they've qualified for the Champions League. Now, Vinnie Comp's in charge. They've just won the Champions League final on penalties against Glasses, yet they have potentially got the worst season ever. What's the record? Fewest points in a season. Oh, College 75 in 2019-20. In real life, that is. Fewest league wins, 0. There's only 20 games, though, so, 9 teams have qualified for Europe here. And it's only 5th. Only 5th. Are we going to get to first in this experiment? I don't know if we are. Does that constitute building a nation? Top 5? I think so. I think we've done very well here. Let's just jump in internationally. World ranking first. We've not even got world ranking history because I think we've been first for so long. Vincenzo Italiano's in charge. 5 Euros in a row. And I think we've won the most recent... Oh, no. Wow, we didn't win against Italy in the final of the 2042 World Cup. We have... Well, we lost 1-0. A 1-0. Beat Colombia 6-0 in the semis. Beat Netherlands 6-0 in the round of 16. Wow. Look at how many players are at 200. Mons Calpe. Right, so here we go. Senior squads. So many players up at 199 and 200. Oh, Europa FC. 14 at 200. Oh, here's Glasses. How are they doing? 14 as well. Excellent stuff. Oh, it's good to see so many players actually getting there, and I think some players have really benefited from the midpoint reload because they probably might have got to that 150, 160. They might have got a few games here and there and just kicked on a bit. And before you know it, they're getting more and more game time, and there you go. They've made it to 200. So we have got a spoiler for who won the Champions League in the most recent season. But let's go and have a look at the Conference League. So we've won, in the last 10 years, we've won in the past 10 years, we've won 6 Conference Leagues. And in the Europa League, we've won every single season. Won it for the last 12 years, and it's been an all Gibraltar final in 9 of those. Only Chelsea, Lazio, and Newcastle have actually got there. And the Champions League, it's been Glasses again. Despite the fact they've not been dominant in the league, they've remained dominant in the Champions League, which is actually really disappointing. 16 Champions Leagues. Xabi Alonso's now in charge of Glasses. He's been here 3 years, 10 days. Thomas Tuchel was here for just over nearly 4 years as well. He did pretty well. Glasses have done really well. So Vincent Kompany Magpies, as we've just seen, they beat Glasses in the final. Gattuso's still here, as is Fonseca. Enzo Fernandez is a manager of College 1975. Decent attributes as well. He was in Saudi Arabia as a manager, and he's basically come over to Gibraltar, went back to Saudi, then Porto, and then back over here to Gibraltar. He sees the writings on the wall. Rendell Correa at Europa FC. Eita Paredes is still here. Xabi Alonso, yeah. Unai Simon. Josh Sargent is the manager of Lions. He was the manager of Lincoln Red Imps. 164 ability. Not bad. Ulani Makwena and Vinnie Comp. Yes, there we go. Loads of teams with a lot of money. I think 400 odd million is the lowest, and over $1 billion for quite a good chunk of the league. In terms of stadiums, we have multiple stadiums now. We have a few in Victoria Park. Do a few of them share Europa FC Stadium? I'm not too sure why it's been set out like this, but it has. Glasses United on with 29,000 capacity. The population is only 33,600, so nearly the entire country would come and watch Glasses play a home game. Literally everyone of Gibraltar. So, yeah, Magpies with 6 points, awful. St. Joseph's the season before on 22. It's very tight, this league at times. Wanted to go back and just sort of see. You can see St. Joseph's finishing bottom, getting Europa League qualification. So they've obviously won at the Conference League there. I don't think anyone's going to be as bad as Magpies getting 6 points. And they aren't. They aren't. I've gone back quite a while. So 5th. We've got 10 years left until the players leave. Now, they are going to start to decline. They are going to start to decline. But they've got enough about them that I believe that they will be all right. Probably till the mid-30s. And they've got so much money to start to build on the squads. So I think that we're going to be first. I think the league reputation is going to be first. We're going to continue to win European qualification. We'll continue to win European competitions. Let's go to 2058. See if I'm right. Oh, it's 3rd. And we've just gone up from 4th. Oh dear. Only 8 teams qualifying for Europe as well. I say only. Glasses have just won it again. They've barely won it in the last 10 years. Twice. Europa FC have won a few. Hours of Lions. Lions have won one. As St. Joseph's. Impressive. Let's have a look at the stadiums quick. Okay, so Glasses have not improved their stadium, but they've got the Claudio Racino Park. Who's Mick Mickleby? He's a former manager. You had Nico Barella, who was here for a small while. Have we got any real managers still knocking about? I mean, yeah, there is. There's a lot of regens as well. Josh Sargent's still here. Lamine Yamal is in charge of Europa Point, should I say. He's been the manager of Barcelona, Magpies, Europa FC, Mons Calpe as a fitness coach. I just didn't expect that. There we go. 3rd. Disappointing, to be honest. Quite disappointed. The Conference League then. The last 10 years, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wins. Europa Leagues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So won it for the last 10 years in a row. I think we've won it for the last 22 years in a row, which is impressive because we have started to decline. Like Lincoln Red Imps, if you look at their squad, yeah, they're in the 116s and 170s here at 37 years old. They're all going to leave now and they're all going to get a lot of money for these players. Champions Leagues as well. Yeah, this is where it starts to fall away now. Glasses have won just one more, should I say. 48-49. Lions, Europa FC with 3. Lynx with 2. Man 62 as well. Liverpool and United winning the most recent seasons. And our teams have, all over £1 billion, basically. Over 900 million at the very least. Now, here we go. Jean-Marc Baron for £108 million to Europa FC. Now, that was a big signing. Worth it. 181 potential ability. That's in this season. A couple of other big signings here. Quite a few in the 40-odd million. Guillermo Lopez for Man 62. Edip Johnston, who's actually at Manchester United. Oh, wow. Look at that. Signed for 25.5 million to Benfica. Went to Mons Calpe for 31 the following season. Then went to Manchester United for 49 million. He's done the round, hasn't he? He dipped here and he dipped there. Hey. 30-odd million pounds. Some of these players are going out as well. 74 million. John Benjamin. 86 million there for Dirk Abelili. Yeah, so they started to bring some big signings in. So it's going to really help them out. I mean, Tom Davidson actually left to go to Barcelona. He was only here for a very short amount of time. Came in for free, left for £66 million. If we look at the squads then, the best players. Now, most of the best players are still these players. Not actually the truth, is it? There's quite a few teams that have got players that are coming through who are semi-decent. I mean, here you go. Here, Europa FC have got 2 players in the top 3. There we go. So they've actually improved quite a lot. And here we go. Kylian Mbappe is the current manager of Gibraltar. He's been here for 3 years. And, Denmark won the most recent Euros after 7 in a row for Gibraltar. And Brazil won the most recent World Cup after 2 in a row for Gibraltar. They're still first in the world, but all these players will be retiring soon. And I am concerned about, the next generation. I don't think it's very good, is it? Not at all. The 3rd, disappointing. Didn't quite make it first. But, of course, they've been here for all that time. I know with all that money now coming in and all the money in their disposal, of course, we've simulated on a little bit further just to see what happens. So let's go to the end. It's 2nd. It is currently second. Glasses have been nowhere to be seen, really. We're in 2074, by the way, another 16 years. Europa FC and Lions have basically won everything in that time. Stadiums. We have 2 stadiums that are literally bigger than the population of the country. Everybody has their own stadium as well. Feels unnecessary. The league is second in the world, yet the national team is 29th. Of course, Kylian Mbappe will no longer still be there. He's actually retired. He's the manager. He was the manager of Lions, Inter, France and Gibraltar. Oh, only 7 teams qualifying for Europe there now. Look at Glasses, bottom of the table on 10 points. Glasses have had a fall from grace. They've been down at the bottom for quite a few years now. In terms of conference leagues, in the last 16 years, we've won just two conference leagues. 1, 2, 3, 4 Europa Leagues and 1, 2, 3 Champions Leagues. Yeah, so if they've held on and they've done all right, they have still continued to win some European trophies. Obviously not as dominant as it was. Of course, I'm almost certain that they've not been winning things internationally. Yeah, obviously. I wonder if they've even been qualifying for tournaments. I'd argue probably not. The squad's not as bad as I thought. Not as bad as I thought, to be fair. Lee, centre mid 3. Centre mid 3 has become a surname. This is a regen that's come through with the surname of centre mid 3. I love that because it's obviously what I was calling my players throughout, and there was so many of them. Well, that's about it. I mean, quick look at the golden ball. Manchester 62 winger 3 has won a few. I mean, yeah, throughout there. I mean, this Callum Roy geezer was winning it. How other people winning the Ballon d'Or when we were just dominating? Well, Glasses were dominating the Champions League. Surely they should have been winning everything. The team of the year, go for all seasons. We've got Glasses winger 3 on the right. We've got Glasses right back, Glasses centre back, and Glasses left back in defence. There's 4 players for Glasses, and that's it. Now, a lot of the teams do still have quite a good surplus of cash. I mean, the lowest we've got is 177 million. The highest we've got is about 800 million. So, yeah, very, very impressive for keeping hold of some of their money. Well, Glasses, so there you go. They are the winners of today's experiment with 17 Champions Leagues. They were the catalyst team that really kicked them on and helped achieve the building a nation sort of challenge that we set ourselves. It was quite fun, this one. Did we need the midpoint reload? Arguably no, but you know, it is what it is. I went for it because I didn't want to get halfway through and go, oh, they've failed miserably. They could have done with a few more years, but you live and learn. But I've very much enjoyed this one. If you want me to do this again with different nations or some other tweaks to this sort of format, let me know, or other experiment ideas, again, let me know in the comments down below. Do you like the video? Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and most importantly, take good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.